Hello, and welcome back to the weekly Oracle card reading with Kylie Savage, Psychic Medium. Now, you're here so that you can receive a very special prescription. It's like a psychic weather report so that you can best work with the universal energies that will be present this week. You want to know how to accept change in your life, how to work with change, and at the very best, to co create change in your life. And I do this by working with Oracle cards. So, this prescription is going to lay it out for you how you're going to best spend your energy, what to focus on this week, and how to truly co create the most fabulous week for yourself. Okay, so this reading goes from the 9th of November to the 15th of November 2019. We have a full moon in Taurus coming up on Wednesday for the Southerners, which is the 13th. And please go and check out Yasmin Boland and Moonology.com for all the information on that. It's really worth subscribing to Yasmin's newsletter and getting the lowdown on all the new moons and full moons. I have her Moonology Moon Diary for 2020, and I'm so excited to work with that. There'll be no more looking up on the internet. What's this full moon? What's this new moon? And I do have her Moonology book as well, and I love that. So I work with the new moon and the full moon to moon manifest. And if you look at Yasmin's website, she'll explain everything for me. Okay. So the 4 cards we have this week from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid are TikTok as our anchor card, and our second card, our next right action to take with the light on it, is Flexible. Okay, and the third card, the future possible outcome, is Serendipity. A beautiful card to see from this deck. And Thinker is going to give us more of the details, flesh out the story for us. And then I've pulled one card from the Crystal Spirits Oracle, Colette's brand new deck, which I so love, Big Spite. And I wonder if you can see it's a beautiful pinky purpley magenta colour there. Oh, and I really felt drawn to pull a card from the Goddess Power Oracle, also by Colette Baron-Reid. And this is Kali, or Kali Ma, she's sometimes known, Liberation. Okay, so last week, we're still in this week, this is Friday. It was a big week, lots happening, and I found that, I've been searching for the balance this week, the balance between work and rest and play and, being self-disciplined. So TikTok is here to say to us that you won't run out of time. You have all the time you need. It's also looking at TikTok, especially in the Western cultures, we look at time as being linear. We start in the morning, go through our day, and then there's evening. We have 24-hour periods, 365 day calendar year. And we look at time as, being finite as well. Yet what TikTok is saying to us, what if we were to look at time in a different way? And Spirit showed me many, many years ago time as an infinity loop. And they were saying that time can turn in and back on itself. And what TikTok is saying is that what if everything was in the present moment, the past, the now, and the future? And another thing I like to remember with time is some quotes by Florence Scovel Shinn, or affirmations. And Florence would say, time expands to meet my needs. And I found myself saying that a bit lately. If you're running late, it's a fantastic one to use. So you're driving along in the car and you say, time expands to meet my needs. And there's always the perfect amount of time under grace in a perfect way. Or things are unfolding in my life perfectly at the perfect time. I really feel like TikTok is saying to us, let's just take a deep breath this week. Let's just trust, that things are unfolding perfectly for us in the perfect time. We are not going to run out of time. Let's step into divine timing and ask the divine to, guide our every thought, word, and deed, and surrender our whole day to the divine and say, let your will be carried out through me. Grant me the power and the strength just to carry out your will for me this day. Let's get in God's or the goddess's time and not get so caught up. I know that's difficult. We're heading into the silly season, the crazy last quarter of the year before Christmas. People start to rush around, but I'm starting to feel like many of us are over that. We do want to get our work done so that we can take time off over Christmas. I mean, a lot of people are working right through and working Christmas Day. So, but I feel like we just don't want to get caught up in that Christmas rush and the hectic stuff and the shopping and the, getting to all the school events and the social events. So I just feel like last week, if there's too much on your plate and there's social things and you don't want to go, let's be assertive. Let's take some control back of our time and our days, and let's create some space in our lives so that we can do the things we enjoy and have more time for the things we enjoy and less time for the things that we don't. I want you to know that you are the master of your destiny and that you are the master of your time. So please be mindful of that this week. Okay, flexible. So even though, we may have a lot on our plate, there's things we're being invited out, the kids' school, Christmas concerts and things are on. Thank God I've only got one child left in high school, and there's very little about that. But there will still be some invitations and events for the kids. Work things, sometimes after hours of being asked to call out or being asked to work overtime. I want you to think being flexible, but flexible in your mindset. If you're someone who thinks I must do all these things and they must be done at a certain time, I mean, really, is the world going to end if you don't reach every single deadline? And are you exhausting yourself to make other people comfortable and to make sure their lives are working and okay? I've been thinking and listening a lot to Gemma Hartley's work. She wrote a book called Fed Up, all about the emotional labour that women do. So during this end of the year, women, are we taking on far too much? We're the ones that organise the social calendar. No offence to the men out there who do it. The kids' calendar, the Christmas shopping list, gift shopping list, all those things. Is there stuff that we could take off our plate, we could let go of? And I want you to be flexible about how that unfolds. Because if you release a job to somebody else, you don't want it back. You want it to be released. You need to let them do that job as imperfectly or perfectly as they do it. And once you've released it, you need to release all attachment to that job, because you've put it in someone else's basket, and if you go in and micromanage it, you may as well have done it yourself. So please be flexible. Think about what you want to say yes to, what you want to say no to. A no to other people is a yes to ourselves. And just know that you can't be all the things to all the people all the time. So let's be flexible. Okay, serendipity. I love that. Serendipity is, if you listen to this message, if you take it on board and it resonates with you, you are going to find that Spirit's going to meet you along the way, and serendipitous events will happen, especially if you keep saying that. Time expands to meet my needs. Everything falls into place in my life in the perfect timing. Ask the divine in, ask the angels in, ask for the angels of timing to come in and sort out your week. Sort out your calendar, support the timing of events in your life, to assist and support you to have enough time, or be able to make time for the things you need to do and the things you want to do. So serendipity is, if we have that space open and we're calm enough in our mind, we're really in the now, the serendipitous events will just float and flow into our lives, and we'll be able to receive the gifts. Do you remember, if you've been watching these readings, I've probably mentioned an intention I set every day, which is, wouldn't it be so nice for me to receive wonderful, beautiful gifts of love from life this day, under grace in the perfect way. So stay mindful and open and flexible and receive those gifts, and get back to me. I want to hear about in the comments, or talk to me on my Facebook page or my Instagram, or email me and say, wow, Kylie, this happened this week. I received the most beautiful gifts. Sometimes they're just tiny things. Sometimes it's free parking. Sometimes it's a smile from somebody. Sometimes it's somebody taking something off your to-do list. That's a gift. So just, yeah, let me know when you receive those gifts, because you will. Thinker. Whenever I see thinker, it's saying get into our logical mind. So capitalize your logical mind, your logical thinking skills, and I always think of the to-do list. If your to-do list is a mile long, shorten it down. Let's make it easy and doable. And let's make sure there's something on that to-do list for you. One thing every day that you want to do. That might be meditation, that might be rest, that might be a walk, that might be playing with the dog for 10 minutes. Do something for you. Thinking card is not to get into overthinking. So just to be really mindful of that, of not overthinking. I'm just being mindful of the time because I have a meeting on it at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. But yeah, so be mindful of overthinking, but capitalize on your logical thinking skills to help you organize your life and to look at where you're spending your time. Is that the most effective use of your time? Could you be using your time in a better way? And let's really assess that. Okay, big spike. I love the big spike. What this is saying is get into some spirited action. Take action on the things that you can take action on. And when the timing is right, we need to be courageous. And I really feel like we're still being encouraged to embrace the new. And because we have Kali Ma here, that's definitely it. Kali Ma is a liberator because she can come in and dissolve and take away everything that's unnecessary in your life. Remember, the shadow aspects are coming up to be healed, and the people who are open and sensitive are actually healing those for everybody else. So just know that we're in that cycle of death, life, and rebirth, and Kali Ma is the goddess who's been called upon to help you with anything that came up in this reading. So think about Kali Ma in the sense of timing and obligations. Ask her to easily and effortlessly strip away anything from your life is no longer needed or necessary. It's extraneous and it's leading to you being overburdened and overwhelmed. Bless Kali Ma and thank her for freeing you and freeing up your time. Okay, I trust that this reading will resonate for you. You'll take something from it. It's really going to assist and support you in your life and to co-create the very best week with Oracle cards and Spirit. I'd love to hear your feedback and in the comments. Thank you so much for all the likes and all the support and all the love. I so appreciate it. It's my intention to support you in the best way that I can possible. A little bit more news. I have some special offers coming up. 1 card readings, 1 question. Get in touch. Email me, KylieSavagePsychic@gmail.com, or find me through Facebook or Instagram, or leave a comment in here and get in touch. And I'll book those readings in very limited spaces for a very limited time. But one of the only ways to, get a really, really great offer on some of my readings. And it would be great too if you think about what you would like to co-create for the new year and use these readings to support you to do that. Okay, many blessings on your week. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.